Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of cohabitation agreements. Specifically, we'll look at why people choose to enter into these agreements, the pros and cons of these agreements, and we'll explore some examples with a special focus on LGBT couples. A cohabitation agreement is a legal document entered into by two people who live together but are not married. It outlines the rights and responsibilities of each partner regarding finances, property, and other matters during and after their relationship. There are several reasons why couples choose to have a cohabitation agreement. First, let's talk about why they would enter into a cohabitation agreement. The first is financial protection. A cohabitation agreement ensures that both parties are very clear about their financial responsibilities and how assets will be divided in the event of a breakup. Number two, property rights. A cohabitation agreement clarifies ownership and division of property acquired before and during the relationship. Number three, debt responsibility. You can specify in a cohabitation agreement how debts will be handled. This will protect each partner from being liable for the other person's financial obligations. Number four, custody and support. Although while this is less common, some agreements can also address arrangements for children from previous marriages or relationships. This is especially applicable for the LGBT couples. Last reason, peace of mind. Cohabitation agreements provide a sense of security and clarity, reducing potential conflicts and misunderstandings because things are set out in black and white. Let's move on to the pros and cons. Like any legal document, cohabitation agreements come with their own set of advantages and disadvantages. Let's talk about the advantages first. Number one, cohabitation agreements offer clarity and protection as they clearly outline expectations and financial arrangements, which protects both parties' interests. Second advantage, conflict prevention. Having a cohabitation agreement in place reduces the potential disputes by having agreed upon terms in place. Third advantage is flexibility because the cohabitation agreement can be drafted and tailored to fit the unique needs of each couple. Let's move on to the disadvantages. Just like prenuptial agreements, raising the issue of having a cohabitation agreement can lead to awkward conversations since discussing financial or legal matters might be uncomfortable or unromantic. Another disadvantage of such agreements is that they may not be recognized or enforceable in some jurisdictions. In Singapore, even though prenuptial agreements and postnuptial agreements are recognized, the courts have yet to rule on the validity of cohabitation agreements. However, even though the courts in Singapore have not yet ruled on the validity of cohabitation agreements, because of their contractual nature, courts will likely recognize the provisions relating to the ownership and separation of property, including agreements involving monies in bank accounts and provisions such as separate debts which can be structured as undertakings and indemnities. For LGBT and gay couples, cohabitation agreements can be particularly useful, given that some jurisdictions may not fully recognize same-sex relationships. Such agreements provide a framework that offers protection and clarity. Let's look at some examples of how cohabitation agreements have been used. John and David, a gay couple, have been together for 5 years. John owns a house and has significant savings, while David has a stable job but less in terms of assets. So their cohabitation agreement will stipulate that if they do break up, David will not claim ownership of John's house, but they will equally share the value of any assets acquired by both parties during the relationship. Therefore, they can include a clause that if they do break up, all assets purchased together will be sold and then the proceeds divided equally, or they can state that specific assets go to which party. So such an agreement will provide John with security over his pre-existing assets while ensuring that David is fairly treated regarding joint assets and specific assets. Let's look at another scenario involving debt responsibility. Emma and Sarah are in a committed relationship and decide to live together. Sarah is a part-time nursing student and earns much less than Emma, who is a doctor. To help Sarah out, Emma gives Sarah a supplementary credit card to use for her personal and living expenses. They have a specific clause in their cohabitation agreement to say that even though Emma is the primary cardholder, Sarah will be responsible to pay for all items charged to Emma's supplementary credit card. The cohabitation agreement could state that Sarah undertakes to Emma to pay for all items charged to the supplementary credit card and indemnifies Emma for such charges. Such a clause would offer peace of mind and financial clarity, ensuring that one's partner's debt does not become a burden on the other. If Emma and Sarah later break up and the credit card company goes after Emma and Sarah refuses to pay, Emma may sue Sarah under contract for breach of undertaking to pay. Let's move on to Alex and Max, a same-sex couple who purchased a condo together. They want to ensure that their respective contributions are recognized if they do break up. So their cohabitation agreement would include details relating to how the property will be divided if they break up, based on their financial contributions towards the purchase price, the deposit, and the subsequent mortgage payments. This provides a fair and transparent method for dividing the property, reducing potential disputes, especially if one of them contributes significantly more or less than the other. In conclusion, cohabitation agreements can be a valuable tool for any couple living together, especially for LGBT and gay couples who may face additional legal challenges. These provisions offer clarity, protection, and peace of mind, ensuring that both partners' rights and responsibilities are clearly outlined in black and white. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.